Good role. Good critical role. Nice.
I do like me some critical role, some Vox Machina, some Mighty Nine, Amazon Prime. Check it out. We're not sponsored, but we should be.
If we want to have us on for the campaign, I'll be there.
I'll be there too. Hell yeah. Why not?
But Evan, my God, I'm so glad to be back. Episode number 185 of My Cup of Tea. And, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. It's been a quiet last 2 weeks. Kidding. It's been
the secret episode 9, right? Of Stranger Things.
Oh God, yeah. Not happening. Not gonna happen. But yeah, so it's funny. I talked about Stranger Things with Josh and Edgar last week, but I don't know your thoughts because you also went to the premiere of Stranger Things, the finale. So we got to talk about Stranger Things. We could do that up first because it's been a minute since that happened. What's the date today? The 10th, the 9th, 11th. So we'll talk about that. It happened 11 days ago. As of this recording. But so we'll talk about Stranger Things first, and then the last 2 episodes of Percy Jackson, which I've really, really liked. A lot to dig down there as well. So yeah, and then I think we were at 2 new Avengers trailers since we last talked. I don't know. I know we talked about the Thor one.
We talked about the X-Men one. It wasn't released in HD yet. And as we're talking now, we're a couple days away from the Fantastic Four Wakanda trailer. But I think we both watched the footage in chat.
Yeah. We watched some. I think actually, yeah. Let's do Doomsday, then Stranger Things, then Percy Jackson. Since we're on it. Nice. Yeah, always on the button. Yeah, I think I don't like the X-Men one as much as other people. I mean, granted, I don't think people are like losing their mind. Peak. I don't think people are losing their minds over the X-Men trailer as much as just the shot of Cyclops. I haven't heard anybody talk about like old man Magneto and older man Professor X.
Well, here I go.
Yeah, because I think that part was just like, we're nearing the end. Like it's very much like cut and paste. This is the last film dialogue. It didn't feel as like unique as Thor was. So I really like Thor. Like he's speaking in like not Asgardian, but like he's speaking like in like prayers, right? Like I feel more desperation. Yeah, I feel more when I'm listening to Thor. This one is just like old man Magneto. It's like, okay,
it wasn't that slow.
It was pretty slow. It was pretty like, okay, these guys are like 90 years old. They're not going to be doing much in the movie. I didn't feel much for like 2 old dudes. Sorry to all the fans of McKellen.
Where you been for 25 years?
Not watching these guys.
We did a whole. We by the way, go watch our commentaries for the entire X-Men series.
You're right. Actually, yeah. But like, they haven't been in he hasn't played Magneto since 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past. Great movie. Which would have been a good send-off, Feige. You don't have to make everything a send-off. Anyway.
Well, it was, and then they've kept making more.
They kept making more without them. That could have been their send-off,
Here's a question for you. Would you, if you're to choose, like right now we're getting the original 2000s cast, would you prefer the younger like first class cast or these guys?
Great question. Because I don't care much for these guys, but from the first class group, I don't care for them either because they were never really like a team. They never had the chance to actually be like a fully fledged team. Like, if I saw Ty Sheridan there, he's getting crickets. I love you, Ty Sheridan. You're a great actor, but he's getting crickets in the audience. So I get it. And for me personally, there's just more unsaid. There's more unsaid with the new cast because they didn't get to do much. But because like Days of Future Past or Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix were not adequate movies for their talents.
They needed another movie before Dark Phoenix for the development of the Scott and Jean.
Yeah, Scott and Jean were. Yeah, we saw them a bit in Apocalypse. They were kind of like the focus a little bit in Apocalypse. And then Days of Future Past, or then Dark Phoenix was just like shattered. So it was like but it is kind of the same thing with the OG X-Men, where we get like Cyclops and Jean Grey being, at least they had 2 full films together, and then Dark Phoenix in X-Men 3. But either way, if they were to bring, like, for example, I think team aside, I would be more excited if at the beginning of this trailer we heard McAvoy and Fassbender. That would be way more effective for me than hearing 2 old guys nearing the end. It's like, okay, I get it.
Younger old guys.
Yeah, like people in their 30s, I think 40s maybe. I don't know how old they are. But like, I would have loved to see Fassbender or McAvoy doing that. That would have been cooler to me. This one is just like peak nostalgia. Most people have nostalgia for the OG X-Men, which is fine. Actually, I don't even know if that's true anymore. It's 2026 now.
No, I think they do.
It's 2026. The people watching Marvel MCU movies, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make the argument that more people watched First Class and Days of Future Past than X1, X2 these days, but I don't know. But team, I get getting. Why am I blanking on his name? Cyclops, the older Cyclops. What's his name?
James Marsden.
James Marsden. Yeah, I was saying like James Stewart. But yeah, James Marsden. I get him. He's great. He's having a great, resurgence of career on TV, with his Netflix
Sonic.
and TV shows, and now Sonic. So he's having a good run. So yeah, I like James Marsden. But yeah, I was saying earlier that like the Professor X Magneto stuff isn't that great for me. It's pretty cliche. But the thing that people are watching out for is like the devastation with Cyclops and the way the optical blast looks. Like, it looks insanely good. Great effects, great like screaming. Like you feel the terror there. So I get that.
What is crazy is how much hype that shot has generated, and then when I go to rewatch, I'm like, oh, that was 2 seconds.
It's 2 seconds. It's so short.
It's so quick. Yeah.
So the trailer for me is fine. I much more prefer, which might be a hot take. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Tuesday it's Tuesday. Yeah, when the full trailer drops. But I much prefer the Wakanda, the Thing trailer than the X-Men one. What say you? Well, we kind of already talked about the X-Men, but like, we saw it in HD now.
Yeah. It looks good in HD. Actually, was able to notice the Sentinel walking behind Cyclops in the shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, right on. I'm excited to see accurate looking Sentinels. But yeah, the Wakandan and the Thing, not really all the Fantastic Four, just the Thing. I like the trailer a lot. It gave me the first initial feeling of like, oh my god, the crossover, the excitement of crossover, and not just like, returning multiversal pre-MCU people. We're talking like, oh, the people established within the universe coming together for the first time. It's like that feeling, like, oh my god, yeah, that is exciting, especially with like such ones we have such deep connection with. Like, the Fantastic Four are new, but they left a really great impression, and we have such like a deep ties with the members of Wakanda, and it's very exciting, showcasing the double down that Shuri has remained the Black Panther, but M'Baku is now King of Wakanda. I think that's really cool.
I fully agree, and it's funny that both this and Infinity War, where like lots of characters are coming together, it all starts with Wakanda. Like, people lost their mind when we saw Wakanda dapping Captain America. It's like, oh shit, like our two worlds are finally colliding. We've seen Captain America's crew meeting Wakanda. That showcase alone got people to be like, okay, everybody's coming together. And the same thing here, where it's like Wakanda and Fantastic Four, like, okay, everybody's coming together. Curiously enough, like you mentioned, we do just see the Thing, and we see Shuri. But yeah, two things. I agree. I do like seeing Shuri, stick to being like this warrior / tech defender of Wakanda, while M'Baku remains like the political leader, the one greeting Ben the Thing. But yeah, I am curious now. Why is it just the Thing? Where's Johnny, Sue, and Reed?
Well, it definitely gives me a feeling that we're probably gonna, do the same thing we did for Infinity War, where we're gonna have factions of different heroes in different parts of the universe doing different pieces of the overall mission. And I think the Fantastic Four themselves are gonna split up into those different groups, which I think works is a good idea.
Any predictions where Johnny and because you assume Sue and Reed are sticking together, husband and wife.
I initially thought it would be like 2 and 2, but now I think you may get like one member split off. It's like all four will split individually.
Oh wow!
Into different
Okay,
groups, which would be good to a consistent presence of Fantastic Four in each group, which I think is important when going up against Doom. As best as we can get the connective to be in the short time.
Also, I keep lingering in the back of my mind. I keep remembering that quote from Pedro Pascal that when he was talking about Avengers, and he says the family is getting larger, hence the cast is getting larger for Doomsday. But there was a line in Variety or something where he alluded to them being at the Fantastic Four Tower, which is how would that make sense if they go back to their universe, or are they talking about post Secret Wars? I don't really know, but maybe he was speaking by mistake. I don't know.
It could be incursion event, getting different pieces of different universes melding together.
True. That could happen. So yeah, it's very interesting. I can't wait to see the actual full trailer to see where everybody else is. But yeah, The Thing is very funny. It's nice, solid comedy there. I'm Ben from the Bronx, wherever he's from.
Street.
Yeah. So that was a nice. I think I like that more. And of course, we see Namor, who is a fan favorite. Namor and the
collar.
Yeah, nice collar. You got a new outfit on. You got that fit on. Him and the Atlanteans are on the surface now. People have been making a comment on how Namora, not Namora, but his second in command is not as blue. Actually,
that happens when they're underwater. They are not blue, but when their flesh is exposed to the air, then they are blue.
Okay, gotcha.
Other than Namor.
Other than Namor. So yeah, I think that's about it. Unless I'm forgetting something, but yeah, I'm curious to see Namor, because Namor and Shuri had a fun relationship in Wakanda Forever. I'm curious to see how that allegiance holds going into Doomsday. And we know in any comic book crossover in the history of comic book crossovers, anybody who's aligned with Namor isn't really aligned with Namor, because Namor is only aligned to Atlantis. So yeah. I'm curious to see how and if and basically when he betrays Wakanda to save himself and his own people. He's always going to prioritize them over any kind of fragile alliance.
There is theory about the idea that there may be an event of Avengers versus X-Men in this film, and Namor being a established mutant himself, I wonder if that may appease him to help the X-Men in a conflict in the long run of the narrative. Maybe,
yeah, but he doesn't know them either.
Until he does. Until the incursion.
He doesn't seem like one to be well, we're all mutants. Let's mutant and proud. He seems to be Atlantis and proud.
Yeah, but if you're equal levels of the oppression of humanity, which he very much was against all of humanity in Wakanda Forever.
I don't know if they have time for that.
In the greater realm of the incursions are happening, and it's literally whose world's going to come out on top. That's what creates the initial fight.
Yeah, and I'm still not. We're getting Avengers versus X-Men, but I'm not sure how much to a degree we're getting that. I don't know if it's just gonna be first act shit. Hey, first act, we meet, we fight, and then that's it.
or like beginning of Act 2, and then
yeah,
get on the same level, and here we go into the cliffhanger act.
third act against Doomsday, and I still don't know how Doomsday is going to end. They can't just copy pasta Infinity War. Like, oh, we lost to Doom. See you guys in Secret War. It's just like,
well, maybe it won't be like
something up.
just. I don't think it will be like a dead end, like you've lost. It would probably just be like, oh, Battle World is made, and now we got to navigate this.
Yeah.
There was also a rumor going around, and I don't buy it for a second, that the runtime is going to be 3 hours and 45 minutes. No. Physically impossible, number one.
That's I never even saw that rumor.
Yeah, that was started floating around. I think it was getting traction, and it was like, there's no physical way. No. Like, even with an intermission, you're not doing that.
How long is Endgame?
It's 3 hours 2 minutes.
Yeah. This is shorter. This is going to be shorter than Endgame.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a 250 max.
250 max. Yeah, I'm calling it now. Make this shorter than Endgame for sure.
I think they'll probably go full 3 for Secret Wars, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not reaching the brutalist level runtime.
Right? Intermission. Did you ever see Brutalist?
Yeah, twice.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good first time, and it grew on me more the second time.
Nice. So yeah, Avengers stuff is getting spicy. Do you want to do Marvel rumors now, or just leave that for later again, or what?
We could do that right now. I think I bookmarked a couple things.
I saw one that I think is complete bullshit. Well, it came from Jeff Snyder.
Okay.
Blade is rumored to be canceled at Marvel Studios. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah. I saw the source was like a Roka stream, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're talking about it at Roka and Jeff's. What was it called? The Ian Snyder, whatever it's called, their podcast. But Marvel will be pivoting to putting Blade in the Midnight Suns movie.
Yeah.
There's so much Midnight Suns rumors these days. It's still a group that just has zero interest for me. I want them to surprise me, but like Midnight Suns, it seems such like a fan thing. Even from the early 2000s, I think after Shape of Water in 2017, people were like, Guillermo del Toro just won an Oscar. Can he do Midnight Suns, or can he do Swamp Thing? Can he do something fun? It's like, no, I don't want this. And then since then, I've just never been a fan of Midnight Suns. All these groups coming together. I think Defenders kind of like, soured me on like seeing all these groups come together on a TV show or movie format. If they ever do Midnight Suns, I just think it's going to be a TV show rather than a movie, even though Disney is slowly pulling away from doing a lot of TV shows now. And I don't think it's enough time for a special at all.
If I were to guess, I think they probably would do a movie, but I think you're going to pull a like very significant movie present character like Doctor Strange to be like a tying figure to these different individuals that span the Midnight Suns, and I think that'll kind of like in a semblance to what Thunderbolts kind of did with like having a lot of movie people with some TV people. But I think it'll help in the long run because you can introduce to a wider audience, in theory, these different individuals, and then that can create more interest for stuff. Like if you go ahead and like do this full thing with Blade, if they're doing that, and you introduce him in this, and it's like he's a big standout fan favorite, then I think it guarantees a safety net to like, okay, we can move forward with Blade, and we know it's going to be a hit regardless. It's not like how are they going to do it? Like, is it worth the time? They'll be like, oh, I know I like the character. I'll be there day one.
That's fair. That could happen. But it's still just laughable. I think they're still going to just stick with. They're gonna nail Blade eventually, and it's going to be a single movie, and it's going to come out 2028. Maybe I don't think it came out 2028 now, but like 2029 we'll see a Blade movie because 2028 seems to be like Blade and X-Men, or sorry, Black Panther and X-Men. But I really just don't think it's that hard to do a Blade movie. It's astonishing. Like I really want to like somebody, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, do your job. Ask Kevin Feige when the movie eventually happens. I do think this happened. I do think the report that it's going to be canceled and put into a Midnight Suns movie, it's bullshit. That's just dumb. I think somebody asked Feige, like, what took so long? What couldn't you crack? What concept couldn't you crack that it took you guys this long? A character that was supposed to be in Phase 4, then Phase 5, then Phase 6 is now going to be in Phase 7. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, wow. Like 3 phases removed. Granted, Phase 6 is just like 2 movies, but it's crazy. I'm really shocked. And once again, I just don't think they're going to like put him in a group movie with lesser characters. Like, what's Midnight Suns going to be? Blade, Doctor Strange, Moon Knight. People didn't watch the show,
didn't they?
Like Midnight Suns, what we saw happen just a couple months ago with Thunderbolts, where it made like 80-something million. Nobody came in to watch it the second weekend. Granted, I like Thunderbolts, but like the audiences will not show up to a Midnight Suns movie.
I think they will. Hot take, yes. Boiling, in fact. I think Moon Knight has only grown in popularity, not just from like the movie, but like also like his inclusion in Marvel Rivals and inherent like comic book involvement. I think he's bigger than ever. So I think people know Moon Knight. They may not know the history of like what happened in the season, but they can go back and watch what they want. I think Midnight Suns also has like Punisher and Ghost Rider, and I think those are like Marvel fan favorites that if you were to put them in.
This is gonna be a testosterone-filled chaos net. Like Doctor Strange, Punisher, Moon Knight, Blade. That alone could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
There's rumors that they want Black Knight. That one character. If
are you ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
What's his Jon Snow? What the fuck? I forget his actor's name now.
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington. Yeah. I just don't know. I think that character is gone. By the way, I'm just like, okay. Again, Midnight Suns. I'm telling you, it's going to be a Thunderbolt scenario. They're going to wonder why it flopped.
I think they have more significant name recognition in a Midnight Suns and Thunderbolts comparatively.
Possibly. I mean, yeah, you're right. Not even possibly. Yeah, this one has Doctor Strange and Blade. If we were taking this to heart, like Thunderbolts. I mean, this would have Blade, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange. Like every Doctor Strange movie makes a lot of money. If they did Punisher and Ghost Rider, those are big in that realm of Marvel. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's big.
And Frank is about to hit the big screen this year with Spider-Man, so that's going to be significant.
In Ghost Rider, I'm still down for. They're not going to do it because I think they want to move away from it. But like Gabriel Luna's Ghost Rider was amazing.
I want Robbie Reyes back so bad, dude. I know they're probably wanting to do like Johnny plays again, but I really want Robbie Reyes.
Because like look at it, that's a white ass group,
Yeah.
Minus Blade Moon Knight and Blade. Moon Knight and Blade are the only people giving them some color. Like I would love Robbie Reyes. Like he was so good, Gabriel Luna.
So good.
Gabriel Luna is not doing that much. I think shooting Last of Us, that's going to be over by the time they do Midnight Sun. So come on, give him a call.
He definitely did, yeah.
That was my Marvel rumor. I think I have DC rumors, but yeah, what do you have for Marvel?
I got a few things assembled from our boy Alex via his Twitter stuff.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Seemed to have a good spotlight that Catherine Newton has filmed some stuff for Doomsday with her rap hat. She posted on her story.
Remind the audience who Catherine Newton played in Marvel.
Catherine Newton plays Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter. She becomes Stature, who she is presently now, and he seems to reconfirm that she will be pairing up with Kate and Kamala within Doomsday.
That would be really fun. That's like
Yeah.
Doomsday is not my most hyped movie of this year. It's still crazy that this is the year of Doomsday.
A
But
full year, mind you, from now.
yeah, it's still crazy. We Josh and I, Edgar and I did our most anticipated of the year. I put Spider-Man though on it. I put Spider-Man. I put one big movie on there.
Not one of you. Like I think you guys were doing box office predictions, but not one person wrote Avengers. And I'm like, are you guys okay? You know that's gonna make money.
Yeah, I don't know if we did box office yet, but it's hard to peg Avengers because it's coming out like at the end of the year. So it's like it'll have 2 weeks to make like as much money as possible because like it's hard to gauge.
But I think it will because it's been like 7 years since Avengers came out, and it's around Christmas. I think it's just hot commodity there.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you doing like Avatar 2 to Avatar 3 scenario, like 1.8, 1.7, something like that. I don't know if it's going to be as big as
chump
Infinity
change.
War. Yeah, I know, chump change. I know. My big bet from Edgar was that like it's going to break 1.5. He doesn't think it's going to break 1.5. I mean, it's going to break. If the Avengers 1 in 2012 can be 1.5, this can make 1.5.
It'll match at least Deadpool and Wolverine.
And that was 1.3. That's what he said too. I'm like, I think
okay.
Deadpool Wolverine was 1.3. I think this one just has way more hype than Deadpool and Wolverine, and it has Christmas legs.
I think the gap is going to help its box office. People yearn for Avengers. Yeah. I feel.
I still think it's going to be close between that and Super Mario Galaxy. I'm very curious to see what that does.
That's going to be a hit for sure.
But what were we saying? Midnight Suns, Marvel, whatever. Doomsday. But yeah, you mentioned
Cassie, Kate,
and Kamala. That's very. I still don't know how it's like. What's the pacing? What are the groups going to be looking like? Are we just going to go from scene to group to group? Like I don't know. I don't know how they're going to orient everybody to all these groups.
I think just similar to how Infinity War does. It's like that slow fold in of like who's around who during what circumstance, and then you run with who you got in the moment.
Infinity War felt like lesser characters than what we're getting with Doomsday, though. I just feel like there's a lot of different groups with different agendas in Doomsday. Like Infinity War is like, okay, we're all gearing up for the same thing. There's an Earth group, there's a space group. That's it.
I think it does feel bigger because of the multiverse of it. But like if you break it down, it's like, all right, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Sam's Avengers, Young Avengers.
Champions. That's already a lot.
It is a lot, but like already like.
And Doomsday. We're gonna get Doomsday only scenes too. Like in Infinity War, we have Thanos
for Doctor Doom. Yeah. His name is Mr. Doomsday.
Yeah, I keep saying Doomsday. You know,
Dr. Doomsday.
Dr. Doomsday. So yeah, that's just gonna be intriguing.
It definitely will. It looks like Ruber suggesting that several mutant themed projects are currently in the works, with the narrative centering around the mutants, like post Secret Wars, and the Avengers will have a bit more of a minimal presence and won't be the primary focus of the saga. So like we'll be spearheading a lot of mutant focus within the MCU.
I saw this going around like last week or something. I thought that was very funny because it's like,
yeah.
Phase 6 or Phase 7, right? Is going to be the mutants.
1.1.
Restart. It's going to be the mutant saga. So like, I think we talked about it last time where it's like, okay, Jake Schreier, the guy who did Thunderbolts, he's going to give us like our X-Men movie. And his in comic terms, think about it as like, he who should not be named, but like when he wrote the Astonishing X-Men in 2004, which I still like the comic, I don't like the writer. Astonishing X-Men 2004, that would come like the base reset. Or you can go like you can make a comparison to like Brian Michael Bendis is doing all different X-Men, where they come from the future and they're now in the present, or different dimension. Now they're in the present. That spawned like you got your X-Force comic run, you got your Jean Grey group, you got your Magneto group, you got your Psylocke group. Like each character had their own group and own mission, and they all coalesced. So I think that's exactly what Feige's going to be doing. The X-Men have been doing that for ages in comics. Like right now, there's like 5 different X-Men groups that have their own comics. So I think that's going to be interesting. You know, we're going to get, I mentioned X-Force, but probably not that. But like we're going to get different X groups having their own individual movies. I think those are risks, but it's going to be fun and interesting. I think, just make those X-Men projects lower budgeted, and you can have a lot of fun with those. Like, a lot of unique, underseen characters outside of core, like, your core X-Men movies. It's going to be very, very, very intriguing. And of course, I think maybe it's in that article, somebody mentions like Wolverine. I'm like, if you're thinking of doing new Wolverine projects, her name is Laura Kinney. Her name is Daphne Keane. That's all you need. We don't need, big old Logan. So come on.
There was also like recent word from Hugh Jackman talking about the character, and it feels like he wants to stick around. I know how you feel, but how would you feel? How would you feel if he's like he is the older like Logan backseat?
No.
While Laura is the focus.
No. We already did that in 2017. We already did that. Come on. And
but he was like, he wasn't. It was so barren.
He wasn't connected. He wasn't saying, "Hey, Gene." He wasn't saying, "Hey" to all these different characters. 10 years later, you got to admire the balls from. Don't clip that. But admire the respect. What's the director's name? Logan.
James Mangold.
James Mangold. Like, he probably had carte blanche to do like how many other X-Men characters he wanted. He killed them all off screen in 2017. Yeah. That's crazy to even think about. Feige would never dare to do that. Like, killing them all off screen, making her own single-handed Logan movie. That's ballsy as hell.
Well, we had to fit the budget.
That is true. But I mean, the budget for Logan wasn't like $80 million. It was like $100-something million. It was
like 90?
Was it just 90? I thought it was like 110. Okay, I'll look that up real quick. But either way, I still admire how like gritty and down to earth he did that.
You'll always have it.
Okay, here we go.
But I'm just mainly talking about Hugh's feelings on it, because like at the time, he was like, okay, I'm done, I'm set, and then as things were rolling, it was like, oh wait, I'm
not getting any money.
I don't think it's money. He fucking has money. He's Hugh Jackman. He was the face of X-Men for 20 years. He has the money. I think it's genuinely like, oh, I want to like have fun with these characters as well that I never had access to pre-acquisition.
I feel that. I'm kidding. Yeah, but it's like Feige, producers, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to say no. I know they don't want to, because when they see Hugh, they see money. When they see Hugh, they see money, and money talks. But come on, and Hugh. Think of Tom Cruise. You can have a great trajectory. You did Song Sung Blue. Do another musical. You can do sit beside Wolverine eating lasagna all day. Come on.
Lasagna.
You got to stay ripped.
You don't do that with lasagna.
Pasta, chicken and rice, chicken,
it's
broccoli.
Like fucking boiled chicken and broccoli.
Yeah. That sounds like a horrible diet. Couldn't be me.
Please season, please. I'm sure they do. But okay. That being said, there is also rumor that there's in regards to Doomsday that there's probably going to be a scuffle between Wolverine and Tobey's Spider-Man. Could be fun.
Wow, what a classic combination! Yeah, Spider-Man: Web of Shadows, Wolverine versus Spider-Man. I remember that.
The long prophesized meeting of the two, where the costume was locked, so they couldn't film it.
Yeah. Feige, that's been a meeting fans have wanted to see since, of course, early 2000s, when those movies were coming out at the same time. So Feige's going to give it to us, and we can point at the screen and say, "Huzzah!"
Yeah. Alex also says it looks like we will hear both the like X-Men 97 theme as well as like the John Ottman 2000s theme for the films, which I think is cool.
I like that a lot. That makes sense. The 97 one is a bit more iconic. It's fine. I always forget the OG X-Men theme. I know we did it in our commentary. I was like, "There's a theme," and then I heard the credits. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, this thing."
I was like, yes, god damn it.
So I heard it instantly. Like it just once I hear it, I know it. But like right now, I can't picture it. It's not as iconic as like the Spider-Man one. Is that fair to say?
As not as iconic as Spider-Man? Yes.
The Elfman Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think that's like the echelon of
Yeah.
superhero themes. But is that how you think it goes?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I was kidding. Not the best comment.
This was an interesting story beat potential. This rumor just goes around that a new character will reportedly wield Mjolnir in a fight against Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday, and it will not be Thor or Steve Rogers.
I was about to say Steve. A new character. Oh, duh. Shang-Chi.
Well, that'd be fun.
Imagine like circling Mjolnir. That'd be powerful.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Now in tandem with that recent rumor, Alex had tweeted 2 vague gifs that kind of goes with this, and he posted that close up of Mjolnir lifting up where we didn't know it was Steve in Endgame, right? And the second gif he posted was the villain from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Death.
Oh, Death.
Where he kicks the sword at Puss and he tells him to pick it up. And that's the vagueness of the tweet. Your interpretation?
There's no way we get Aubrey Plaza in this movie. Doubt.
No, I don't think it's like Death as well, but I think this is like
the notion of pick it up. Like somebody's gonna be forced to pick it up.
Probably like Doom being so powerful that
like pick it up.
It's like whatever, just keep going. Is interesting to me.
I wish I had a chart of the main characters in Doomsday. I don't know who else it could be. It's not anybody from Wakanda.
It's Ant-Man.
It's not anybody. Is he in this movie? No, right?
Yeah, he is.
Ant-Man's in this movie?
Yeah, he's on the chairs. He had a little mini chair.
Huh.
Do you know who's in this movie?
I thought so. Whose squad is he in?
That would probably be
Captain
Sam.
America? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you, Paul. How's Anaconda? I don't know. I guess Sam Wilson will be the only one I can think of.
Red Guardian on his last legs.
No. Nobody from Thunderbolts because they can't.
Sam would be interesting. I think he has wielded it recently in comics.
I thought so too, right? I have that image in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Sam's the only one I could see doing this. And if Doom, like he's the only one could have like a great, as a leader, like a confrontation with Doom. Doom's like, pick it up, Sam. That could be fun. And then Steve's like, I know you can do it, Sam. You're the real Captain America.
I don't think it's going to be as blatantly spoken, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. The Russos can write that better than me. Or, Stephen McFeely.
Yeah. Michael Waldron.
I don't. Yeah. I'm just gonna say Sam. I can't picture anybody else in this movie. It's none of the X-Men. None of the Wakandans. None of Fantastic Four. Yeah, none of the Thunderbolts. It has to be Sam. I'm sticking with Sam.
I would like it for Sam, but is it too we have Captain America lifting the hammer again?
Again, process of elimination. Who else could it be?
Well, we also have casts who haven't been officially announced. Kamal is going to lift
it. Yeah. Who hasn't been officially announced for this movie besides the champions?
Carol.
Carol could do it. Carol could definitely do it. Right? Is she? What's the Mjolnir passcode? Yeah, what are the rules again?
The Pasca, whoever wields the hammer, if they're worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
That's it. Oh fuck, that's pretty vague.
Yeah.
I think Carol and Sam are worthy, right? So
Yeah. And the only other bit I have is from Alex is somebody was suggesting that a speech that Banner had in the leaked Spider-Man trailer was talking about scorpions being natural predators to spiders. So I think there's going to be some fun conflict between Scorpion and Spider-Man within the film. Obviously, we knew, but
and that was from where again?
Alex, Cosmic Circus.
Yeah, I think yeah. I wanted Scorpion to be a more central antagonist, but he seems to be like a secondary antagonist.
One of maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Not dissimilar to Homecoming.
Yeah, hopefully it's not, because Homecoming really just had Michael Keaton. Everybody else was kind of hoed. They weren't even real characters. So yeah.
And then Doomsday will undergo additional photography that will specifically be for actors who weren't able to film last year, and that will begin in April.
Is that like Carol? Unless Debris already filmed that?
I think Brie was filming recently because she looked like she was wearing the wig around an election time. Because she took a photo after voting. And also, it looks like Haley Atwell will reportedly have a significant role in Doomsday as well.
God. Yeah, that was big. People were saying not only like significant role, but like, yeah, I think just significant role. People were upset about that. I'm not the biggest fan of this character, and especially in live action. It's like, what has she done for me lately? Nothing.
Well, she and Steve ended at the same time.
But she's never been a fully fledged character in live action. Sorry, but not sorry. Like, I liked her in the TV show, and then she had Cap 1. Like her arc in an Endgame was just a conclusion to Cap 1. She's had 1 appearance, 1.5 if you include Winter Soldier.
What about her wake in Civil War?
That too.
But I mean, what about her cameo at the beginning of Ant-Man? In the flashback with Hank. She's in a lot more than you'd think. But like she is like a fleshed out character of like they could do stuff with her.
She's not a fleshed out character.
She is.
Captain. So is it Haley Atwell or Captain America or Haley Atwell?
It just says Haley Atwell, but I assume it's just going to be Peggy from the time Steve goes back to. I don't think it's going to be a Captain Carter situation.
Okay, you don't think it's Captain Carter? If it's Captain Carter, that's stupid as hell.
If I were to presume, I think both Steve and Peggy are going to go into this mission together, probably with something with get the safety of their child, is what I assume. Because there's a big focus on the children.
I'll give it a shot. I just don't trust these writers to give Peggy a substantial, interesting character arc besides like, get away from my daughter, bitch.
That's terrible. But like, it is like one of the Captain America writers who was on all of them for his whole journey. That true. Peggy was introduced in the first, so I feel like they got it.
Yeah. I was just copying Deathly Hallows.
No. Only last thing I have is also a rumor from Daniel RPK that Rosario Dawson will reprise her role as Claire Temple in Brand New Day potentially.
That sounds crazy, unless she's there with like Daredevil. Who did she there? Did she have any scene with Punisher with Frank? I don't think they ever met.
I don't know if they've met, but they have a common friend.
Hey, that would be so stupid. It's like, hey, what about our Men in Red?
It's only stupid if you make it stupid.
They're gonna say that. They're 1,000% going to say that. Hey, What about our friend in red? Yeah, catch you on Disney XD in April.
You could just say Matt. No one gives a shit.
But Punisher never says Matt. It's like
No, he doesn't.
Red.
Yeah, he'll say red. Fuck. And I'm still waiting for the fucking needle drop when he calls Peter Webhead. I need it.
Oh God.
Don't say okay. You know you'll fucking love it because John Bernthal will fucking sell it.
You're right. You're 1,000. I'm clocked. You're right.
I've been rewatching. I've been catch up on The Bear finally, so it's been fun.
Nice. What do you want? Season 4?
Yeah, I'm halfway through season 4.
I like season 4 more than season 3.
I got to season 3 and I was like, oh, why isn't John's hair as long as it was? Got the Punisher gut.
That's funny as hell. I think Josh loved season 3. For me, it was like an okay, forgettable season.
I think it's pretty good.
But it had like the napkins episode. I think I liked.
Yeah,
and that's really all I can remember from that season. Yeah. Anyways, season 4 though, I like season 4. It wasn't like my favorite show of last year. It was like a top 20 favorite show.
I like this. So real quick, I like the scene toward the end of season 3 where Carmy confronts Joel McHale's chef, the asshole chef he had.
Yes,
just haunting him. I was like, God, this is
tense.
So sad. Yeah.
You're right. I lied. I remember napkins in that finale. Even though the finale felt very inconclusive to me, which is like my problem with the season. But I do love that confrontation with him. I think that was Carmy's whole arc that season, was like climbing out of that like funk and that pressure, and he never really does. It more so bleeds into his season 4 arc, where he's kind of like doing the same and trying to figure out like my next steps as a chef, as a person.
Yeah, he seems this recent season, to be like stepping back from the intensity of letting the pressure consume him, and just kind of trying to be decent enough.
Trying to let go piece by piece of his like guilt, his anger, where's it stemming from, kind of thing, right? Even though he is resistant to it at times in season 4. But hopefully you like the finale, because I like the finale a lot in season 4. But some DC news. Confirmation of you're on it. Is it like a button you just press DC? You press W for DC?
No, I got them uploaded on the side. I just click them.
Nice. You got hotkeys. But
it's Star Wars. Oh fuck.
Our boy, speaking of the MCU, Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, nothing happened.
So, speaking of Jeff Snyder kind of broke it first, but then it was confirmed by Deadline and THR again just recently. Sebastian Stan is in talks to play. No, I think it went from Jeff Snyder saying Sebastian Stan's in the Batman, then it got reconfirmed by Deadline, and then Variety or THR on Friday said he isn't in the movie. He is in the movie, and he is playing Harvey Dent, which is, oh my God, like
Harvard Dente himself.
Harvey Dente, Intelligente, cum laude. This is incredible casting. They did say, I think Jeff or somebody else alluded to Scarlett Johansson, who is again seemingly playing Glinda Dent, his wife, that she's gonna have more of a screen time presence than Harvey. But if this goes like the Long Halloween route, that makes sense. But
spoilers.
No. Yes. I mean, it's an old ass comic. And again, I don't think they're going to be doing. Matt Reeves is not a 1-for-1 director. He's not doing this 1-for-1. They also,
however, every Batman thing has been pulling from the Long Halloween,
right?
Like a lot.
So yeah, like every Batman thing has done like Long Halloween in certain aspects. It is just like the quintessential story. Like there's Court of Owls, there's Long Halloween, there's Year One Batman. Like those are like your 3 quintessential shit. There's Hush. They can't really pull from Hush a lot. So yeah. But anyways, Sebastian Stan, what are your thoughts on this casting?
I think it's wonderful casting. I know Sebastian's going to crush it. I think we said this before, but I want to reaffirm. I want there to be a whole movie where Harvey stays Harvey and doesn't turn into Two-Face. Like let us sit with the man Harvey Dent and get the personal attachment to him. So when he does turn and falter and fall, it's all the more impactful.
And this is where we get the whole. It won't just be Long Halloween, because Long Halloween, he's already Two-Face. He's been Two-Face in Long Halloween. And him and Batman have a history, which makes this stuff go down very interesting. So you're right. I doubt this movie starts off with him already being Two-Face. So we could get normal Harvey in this movie, then show him up again in Batman 3, if that's still part of the plan. I hope it is. Yeah, I'm just very excited to see, like, there's a lot of MCU people in this movie with Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, and also there's rumors that now our boy, the Joker, played by
Barry Keoghan.
Thank you. Is rumored to return as well. And I've seen some people nervous, instantly typing, is Matt Reeves just doing The Dark Knight with Harvey and the Joker in this movie and it's a sequel? No!
Please.
No! Shut up.
Please step away from the desk, sir.
So that's, I've seen people under like discussing film being like, oh, is Matt Reeves just doing The Dark Knight? Are you guys idiots? Again, Matt Reeves is not a derivative director. He's unique as hell. He's not doing what came before. Joker probably going to be more screen time than the Batman epilogue, but also not that much in this movie, I think. And what is interesting, two things that just came to mind. I think they'll work on his look more. I think even Matt Reeves can admit that, like, the Joker look at the end of the Batman isn't that, like, good. He could do just like a simple Venom 2 situation, like, hey, shave the head.
Yeah. Because even like the closer look we got of him was from a deleted scene anyway. So
yeah,
you have that wiggle room.
Exactly. So I think they have wiggle room to, like, okay, he's going to be in this a bit more. Let's flesh it out a bit more. But part two to that question, or to my statement, is that like the Batman alluded to them already having some type of history, if I can remember correctly, from that deleted scene.
From Batman Joker, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they already have a history where he already has, like, defeated him, captured him, whatever. He had already fallen into a vat of acid, and that's why it looks like that. So that's intriguing. I have no idea what Matt's cooking, but I'm very curious to see what happens there.
But you could already, like, assume that even in the context of the film, because he is already locked up in Arkham. So
true. But I'm just curious to see how that relationship is going to progress now in Batman Part 2.
This is a question I don't think I hear many people ask, but do you think that Paul Dano will reprise in any capacity?
Great question. If Quentin Tarantino has anything to say, I doubt it. Kidding. I don't think so. Sorry, Paul. I think we're all fresh faced.
He's best friends with the Joker now in Arkham.
That is true. He could appear just like in the jumpsuit.
Somebody had also suggested the idea, like, what if we were to, like, do a Penguin situation of getting a limited season on HBO Max, but with Harvey and Two-Face.
Oh my God, yes. Sign me the fuck up. Sebastian Stan leading his own series. Give him the Emmy now. Like,
yeah.
Him and Scarlett in a series together would be sick. If one of them doesn't die.
And you can bounce between, like, the old Harvey and Two-Face present.
100%, yeah. If one of them doesn't die in Batman Part 2, then for sure. Also, from the Insider, Wonder Woman is reportedly being cast for Man of Tomorrow. Batman will be referenced, but not physically in the film. this has been going on for a long time where people said like there's a prominent woman being cast in Man of Tomorrow. People are like, is it Wonder Woman? Is it not? We don't know. Whatever. Jeff Snyder says like, oh, it could be Wonder Woman. So I still doubt this, but it would be interesting because we'll be going into 2027 in the DCU grand scheme of things, not having a Batman or Wonder Woman yet. I think one of them has to be referenced, talked about, seen in Man of Tomorrow. Like we're 2 Superman movies deep. Technically 4 movies deep with Supergirl and Clayface, and we still have no Batman, no Holy Trinity formed yet. Like, you know, I'm not one to say let's rush this, but like at least have Batman and Wonder Woman. Like, what's going on there? So, so I'm curious to see what happens throughout this year, throughout next year. Like, are we going to? Is 2026 a year we get official casting for the next Wonder Woman and the next Batman? That will be very exciting. It could be the year, guys. Or it could be the year they finally confirmed that hey, Robert Pattinson is our DCU Batman. I'm off the ledge on that one. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore, but you never know.
Do it. Yeah, I think I might be with you on that, unfortunately. But I'm like, I'll always leave the door open.
For sure. Oh, I missed one Marvel thing. The Damon Idris Black Panther rumors are picking up steam again. You know, if you saw the leaked Secret Wars Doomsday images that we talked about, was that a year ago now? I forget when that came out.
It's within a year, yeah.
Damon Idris was like in that concept art.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Of course, he's going to deny it. So we'll see what happens. But that rumor is picking up steam.
I'm more intrigued to see how that plays within the context of the film, and like especially how Shuri will gauge that to see a new T'Challa, or if it's maybe just a future aged up version of her nephew.
That's what I've always been thinking. Like, you know,
that would be better, yeah.
Different universes, Magic, Muha come out on the other side, and just like, hey, Auntie.
Yeah.
Is he going to be older? How old is Damson? I mean,
I don't know. I know the kid was like 6.
Damson is 34. Letitia Wright is 32.
Yeah, yeah. If they wanted to like bend time, they absolutely could do that.
Yeah. Okay. Marvel and DC.
What's up, Sonia?
What's up, Sonia? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday. Are we ready to talk Stranger Things?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This sucked. The end. I'm kidding. It didn't suck. We already talked about Volume 2, right? Yeah.
We did.
We just didn't talk about the finale.
Yeah.
For me, no, actually,
everyone died.
Fuck what I got to say. How was your theater experience? That's my question.
I had the one theater, I guess, that was kind of flat, and I was so sad about it. I'm fucking pissed, Evan. Because I dragged myself to the theater. I developed a horrible illness, and I was fighting the cold when I was there. But I was in like the wheelchair section, so I was pretty separated from the crowd. Do my due diligence of slim pickings. But which sucks because like I had a old coworker there who was also in a different auditorium the same night seeing it, and he was like, my crowd was a riot, and I was like, fuck, why didn't I get that one? And I've seen many TikToks with also lively crowds, and I'm just like, I'm bummed I missed out on that. I just thought my crowd was fucking locked in, which they had a good time. It was, yeah.
Sold out and nobody's reacting? That's crazy.
Not much, except for like maybe like one laugh in the middle, and then mostly laughs like around the epilogue area. And I was like, okay, that's all right.
Okay. Oh, so you guys are awake. You guys just
y'all some bitches.
Granted, I wasn't talking that much when I'm a comfort of my own home. I thought the first half of the finale was just a lot of like, were the visuals better on theater screen than like at home? Because I felt like the whole other world where Vecna's home world was not that good.
As I was watching the upside down like inner lab compound areas and like the dark rooms, no electricity, I was like, all right, I feel like I'm just watching the show. But as I'm watching like the scale of the Mind Flayer fight, I'm like, okay, no, I see why this would be big screen visual for sure. Honestly, when I was getting to the moments where 11 was like standing off against the Mind Flayer or like Vecna inside the Mind Flayer, I was like, well, this feels like a video game framing. Like I'm entering the next boss level, which I thought was cool. Yeah,
boss battle music start now.
Panning over Vecna, and she's like standing there. I'm just waiting for the fucking health bar to load 3 times.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, no, I think it was a worthwhile thing to experience on the big screen. Personally, I was surprised how long the epilogue was going. I was like, oh, I'm in the Return of the King right now. I'm like, okay. But I'm not complaining because if a show wants to wrap up as much as it can, I'm totally down for it.
Yeah, I felt that way too. Like I think my favorite parts were that epilogue, so I'm glad it took a lot of time for them to wrap things up with those characters. The whole graduation, the D&D thing, I think was genius D&D thing to end it on. Mike looking down on that. The older kids on top of the radio tower was nice. I liked everything with the epilogue. My main issue was just like the action, the intensity was grand, but it wasn't as like it was grand. It was big. They're fighting a big monster, but it didn't feel as like impactful as I thought it was going to be.
Low volume.
Yeah, it's just like they're just shooting at it. L goes inside, and they cut off his head. It's kind of like okay, we did the thing.
There's some fun creatives where like they're like spraying gasoline on him, and Mike's shooting the flares to ignite, like stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Cool back and forths for sure. But yeah, I was still like quite down for it. I was watching and I was like, Joyce isn't doing much. And as I'm
she's there to party, yeah.
She like okay, I know, yeah, she's there supporting Will for a second, but yeah, I'm also seeing her hold the axe, and I'm like, I'm watching and I'm like, I would honestly be very happy if she gets the final blow on Vecna, and she does, and I think that's honestly really great.
She does, and I like the edit too. Is that where they not edit change, but clip all the past things that Vecna has done to them and her.
Yeah, they're intersplicing with every impact of the axe. But I thought it was really good seeing the different perspectives of Will's childhood being taken away, and like Nancy losing Barb and losing Eddie, all these different subsections, and the pain that Joyce has gone through with which Will has experienced. I thought that was really great. I think there's a lot of like great like little moments as well during the whole heist of it all, like when Vecna tricks Hopper into shooting the tank and you think he shot 11.
Did you fall for that?
I fell for yes, but I figured there was going to be some psychic way to stop her wounds. I didn't think I didn't think she was dead in that moment. I thought we were gonna have to like plan Z this, but yeah, physically it tricks me. But then at the same time, when they reveal pretty immediately that she's fine, it's also like a double oh shit, because now she's out of the game and in the mind.
We need another way to get up there. Exactly. I didn't fall for it. I was like, oh, immediately. I was like, oh, Hopper, what are you doing? But it does make for a great, compelling case once again for the 1000th. The last time, I'm not letting you kill yourself. I'm not letting you go on ahead by yourself. Like, we got it, but this one made more sense.
That was, I think, a big thing in Washington Finale with like how much they were affirming how much Elle deserves a future and deserves to live. Where I was like, oh, she's gonna make it. So when we get to the final moment where she's not assumably making it, it's like, oh no. And I'm trying to find like every way out of this, and of course in the moment you do not, but in the retrospect of it all, of how Mike interprets her ending, which I think is true, because why would you film
Nathan? This is crazy to me. This is TV 101. No. They don't say anything. All they say is like it's up to your interpretation. And people have been like, I'm shocked by the amount of people who just say like, "Oh, Elle is dead," because people are like, Mike didn't know about Kay. He didn't know about her. In like, Mike never talked to Kay. He never really knew what went down in the Upside Down. He didn't know about her getting shot. He didn't know about like how does he know about her getting shot? Her by the plane. So I'm like, all this stuff could have been explained post Elle disappearing. Mike had been like, "Hey, Hopper, what happened?" Hopper tells him exactly what happened, and he just pieced it together. He's been thinking about this every single day since she died.
It's not Mike pieced it together in the moment.
Yeah, right. So it's like he's taking in knowledge that he got from Hopper off screen. I know people really struggle with off screen knowledge in their TV shows. If it's not on screen, then how can I believe it? So that's kind of what I can infer. And yeah, I still don't like the ending, to be fair. I still think like, the finale goes out of its way to be like, Elle has been through hell and back.
Yeah.
And her result is to just not be with the team. And then one thing Duffer Brothers did say that I didn't like was that, like, we had to get Elle separated from the team. That was the way that we wanted to end. Or something along those lines where it's like Elle had to be away from the team for them to have for them to finally get closure. For them, it's like, no, Elle can still be with the team. You wrote it in a way that like, oh, the military is always going to be looking for Elle. You wrote yourselves into that hole and you couldn't escape from it. And the only way that you could was to have Elle fake her death and live a life of solitude with waterfalls. The show did not, maybe this is my own personal take. The show didn't set up Elle to be able to function living by herself. Like, she is a strong, independent person. Yeah, whatever. But like, I still think she values and desires and needs and would be welcome to have these connections. Me and Jalen are talking about it. People online were even talking about it. Like, hey, just say that Elle's powers went away when she killed Vecna. Does it make sense? Probably not. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just make an excuse for Elle to be with the squad. Her being alone doesn't make people happy. It's a bittersweet thing. People are saying, well, Elle should just been dead, so the show has stakes or whatever. It's like, fuck, I hate that so much. But like,
and it wouldn't be like out of the realm of possibility because like in season 3, Elle does lose her power for a moment. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. No.
Yeah, so like, there's ways to have your character. I just hate characters like living off by themselves. It's giving Rey Skywalker. It's giving. It's so unfortunate to be like, oh, I'm a hero, but then I end the journey by myself. Like, okay, why? Like, why?
Yeah, I'm not big on the idea of like how much we're building up. Like, you deserve to live happily with like the people you care about, and then at the end, it's like you cannot see them.
People are just so afraid of freaking complete happy endings. Like,
yeah,
why are we afraid of that now? Are you caught up on Vox Machina?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm trying to think of something with a complete happy like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Complete happy ending. Complete.
Yeah.
It's not like Aang has to be like, I defeated Ozai, but I gotta live by myself now, guys. It's like, no, you get your complete happy ending. Come on.
I was in a narrative where I wrote a not happy ending, and then I rewatched Avatar, and I was like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
This is totally fine. And it's all the better for it. So yeah, I absolutely agree with what you're saying there. I mean, Return of the Jedi is pretty happy. It's time frame ending.
I love Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's a great the Lando slow clap. Yeah, Return of the Jedi is a peak ending. Return of the Jedi, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I haven't rewatched Lord of the Rings in a minute, but Return of the King isn't like completely happy, right? He's kind of like bittersweet. Right?
Frodo goes off with Bilbo with the elves, so he's like leaving the Shire presumably forever, but it's a happy ending for Sam, even though he doesn't get to be around Frodo anymore. He still like lives happily with like the girl he loves and has children, and
okay, gotcha.
He has a family.
But yeah, I just think shows and movies nowadays just like, And the Duffer Brothers were right in that, like, okay, nobody has to die in our show to create stakes, and I like that. But then they do the L thing, which is kind of like death by isolation,
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. But again,
this is like the negative like viewpoint of like they like say like you'll constantly be on the run. It's like is this not like the same, like being uprooted from the home you've built?
exactly, Nathan, exactly. And it compounds itself even more by that awful Linda Hamilton character. I love you, Linda, but your character is as flat as the floor I'm standing on. It was bad, bad.
So I'm not one of I'm not one to usually like think this way, but I was like taken aback by the epilogue. It was like when once Elle was gone, the military just leaves and did not arrest these people for interfering with the government work at all. Just let them like, all right, bye.
We're done.
I was a little surprised there. Like, they're not one person taking any rap.
Yeah, we're done here. Our experiment's over. I guess we're done with Elle. Goodbye, show. We had fun being antagonists and just killing people. Like, what? The whole pregnant lady thing is just like, okay, we're just gone. We're just gone. Okay, why not? Yeah. It was just so bad, so bad. I just didn't like the character at all. But that being said, those are my main weaknesses. Sure. But again, I love the D&D shit. Like Max being in there, being so like immersed in it, getting upset. Mike being his storyteller ways. It was great. It was great. You know, Dustin at college, saying hi to Steve again.
That was great.
That was really great.
I love Dustin's speech as well.
Me too.
Graduation. He also, fun thing, he ends up doing what Eddie said he was going to do when he graduates. So just like saying like, fuck the system, snatching the diploma from the principal. He does the exact same thing Eddie says, which I think is really cool too.
Yeah, I love that so much. I think Dustin's speech is very reminiscent of his character and just, you know, not giving any fuck whatsoever. And yeah, shout out to Eddie.
I also like that Nancy is by the end pivoting back into exploring journalism, which I feel like we've kind of lost with her for quite some time.
I forgot it.
Till like the Duffers were saying like she's the gun person. It's like, oh, she could be more than that. So I'm happy she's cycling back to what she has a passion for.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole author Mary Jane Watson shit. I didn't know that was happening. News reporter. But yeah, I like that a lot. You know, her and Jonathan aren't together. Jonathan's making a movie. That's cool. Yeah. I think it's called Stranger Things. It would be a big hit.
No, that's what Mike is writing as a novel.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mike's a writer now. I was like, okay.
They were like 1 inch away from doing that too. I was fully expecting like the book to shut and like straight. I think it's in the like post credit art though.
Oh really?
Just like Stranger Things, like a D&D type game or something.
Yeah. It was all a dream. It was all the book.
No, not quite. Thank God.
But I do love in some stories where it just ends and it's like, this is going to be a book. This is going to be a tale passed on for generations. That could be kind of cool.
Do we need to make the Hunt for Jane Hopper?
No, we don't. We're good. We don't need no more crowdfunding for that one. But yeah, it was a very emotionally heartfelt end to their story. Mike looking back on it as like the new people look on to like his sister and them playing their own game is really cute. And yeah, the Duffer Brothers are going to make a spin-off show. I think is the spin-off show coming out this year.
I believe the spin-off being like an animation thing where it's them
playing
campaigns,
like a live action one. I think the animation is set between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. One of those. I think 2 and 3. That one's coming out this summer, I think. But then, I think they're making like a live action one. They casted some people in it. I can look it up, but I'm too lazy to. But I think that's coming out later this year or early next year. The Stranger Things spinoff. I think it's tied. Is it tied to The Rock from Vecna's past? It's tied to something. I'm not
Dwayne
sure.
Johnson.
Yes. Can you smell?
The Upside Down.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh yeah, but how'd you feel about the stuff with like the revelation of Vecna, like how he got his mind poisoned by the mind flayer?
That was
And
excellent.
yeah, I was kind of buying into the idea of like, oh yeah, he is like a victim as well. Maybe he'll be helping it, and then he doubles down.
I like it when characters double down. I like it when
Yeah.
your villains double down. You know, I'm all for a redemption arc, of course, but Vecna was never written to have that kind of arc.
Yeah.
If we had gotten like Vecna / Henry story in season 2, I'm like, okay, then maybe I can see a redemption arc, like, you know, long con kind of thing. But
I think because they spent so long in season 4 in his childhood developing, like, no, yeah, he's a monster.
yeah, exactly, right. Like because we spent so much in like the penultimate season all about him being bad, you can't just do like a last 30-second being like, well, he was also manipulated. That can be true, but he also succumbs to it too. He did a lot of things going alongside it, and I like that he was like, no, this is my story. It's reminiscent of I know people don't like this show anymore, but the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale when Anakin's like, it was me.
The author of all your pain.
Yeah. Which is still a quote that, you know, it's still debatable if that's a good quote or not, but like he does say that. He's like, you know, Obi-Wan, I blame you, but it's also
I don't blame you.
I made my choice. Yeah.
He doesn't blame Obi-Wan. Not well, he blames Obi-Wan for the scarring, but not the evil choices he made.
Yeah, he blames Obi-Wan for having to get some makeup every morning on his face.
Yeah, that's all it is. Small little ointment, and you're fine.
The small little boop, boop, boop. Fix it right up.
Man lives in Bacta.
Yeah. Lives in Bacta. I wonder what that feels to be in Bacta. Is water just like, is it like fully liquid like our normal water, or is it just like a little bit of gooey?
Or is it thick?
Is it thick?
Thick water.
He gets out of there, it's
like no, it's definitely just like liquid from like everything that's been done. It's not viscous.
Give me a stim, biddy. Anyways, yeah, I really
our stims death sticks.
Yes. Where's my fucking Jedi 3? That has to get announced for 2027.
I need the full whole storyline romance.
I need it. When did Jedi Survivor come out? Was that 2022? No way.
23?
It's been a minute. It's 2026 now, guys. Jedi
everything gets instantly older when it turns January.
Yeah, it's 2023. So most AAA games have a 4-year development cycle these days, unfortunately. So Naughty Dog, they're on a fucking 6-year development cycle, which is insane. Because they said they started Intergalactic in 2020, Neil. When's it coming out, Neil?
Will I get Last of Us 3?
No. But if Intergalactic, my theory is that Intergalactic, their next sci-fi game, is coming out in 2027. That's my theory, along with Kingdom Hearts 4. But anyways,
did 4 not come out?
What?
Is there no Kingdom Hearts 4?
They showcased it in 2020. Right? Was it 2020, 2021, or 2022? And then we just haven't seen it.
I miscounted the sequels. When did 3 come out?
2019.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer was like 2022, and we haven't seen it in 2023, 2024, 2025. It's crazy without anything.
Sora's a real textured person now.
Yeah, right. Anyways, Stranger Things, we hardly knew you. Nathan, I got to end it off with one last question. How would you rank the seasons? On
Okay.
the spot, bitch.
Given that I haven't binged them since season 4's release.
I don't think I ever binged them.
At the top, I'm going to say season 4 still for me. Really good. Coming after that, probably season 3, because I had such a strong semblance of connection to the characters. I think they were just like in their full element. Yeah. Especially with the friendship of Steve and Dustin. It's so lively in that one.
they got to finally be like kids in season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'd probably go 1, and then 5, and then 2. Because 2 is like the most like pretty blank slate for me, though it has like some good stuff like introducing Max, but like Billy is so horrible to them in season 2 that like you retroactively feel sympathy because of how Max feels losing Billy.
Billy is much more of a better character in season 3.
Yeah, for sure. But otherwise, I like a lot of this season for sure, with like the buildup of strength within Will as a character. And I know people harp out in the coming out scene, but I liked it a lot. And yeah, I think it had good endings. Really great, like the emotional breakthroughs with Steve and Dustin were really good for me. And as weirdly as we gauged the goop room confession between Nancy and Jonathan, I think
not a breakup.
I think it was acted very, very well.
It was.
And yeah, Jamie Campbell Bower just kills it every single time when I see him. I think I liked a lot more of what I got from him last season, but he definitely was never flat for me here. And I think I just have like such a soft spot for finales. If they're, mostly solid, Tross is quite shaky, so it's not my favorite, but this I think didn't hit those lows comparatively for me. So I think that'd be my ranking of them.
Me too. I think I go 4 is really good, but I might go 1, 4, 1, 4, 3. It's funny, people like on Twitter don't like 3 a lot. I don't know if that's a fandom take, but anyways, 1, 4, 3. I might say 1, 4, 3, 2, 5.
Okay.
I might, but I don't remember. I remember not liking 2 that much, but 5 is more fresh in my brain. But 1 is just like lightning in a bottle. I remember where I was just like watching this show, being like, man, that was well acted. It's dark. It's captivating. It's just so juicy. But 4, like 4 has some like probably the best highs the show has ever had. So 1 and 4 are very, very close.
I might even argue that 4 had a bit more of like
a finale,
grandiose theatricality. Like if I were to like watch the endings of season 4 in theaters, like whether that's like 11 bringing down like the helicopter, or like all of like the introspective mind games fighting Vecna. Even if you were to like show me the initial Max escape running up that hill in the middle of season 4 in theaters, oh my god, I'd fucking be vibrating in the Dolby.
Vibrating in the Dolby. 4 has some very, very, very high highs. It's just so good, and it just looks good. It looks better than 5, in my opinion. It's just so interesting. The Elle and Henry arc is great.
And even like just like the conclusion of like, oh, we didn't make it, and then Olive Hawkins rips in 4, and Max, where she's left, is so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that was also a positive here too, as I really like the Max stuff this season as well. Her return,
everything with Max, beautiful, perfect, timeless, generational. Yeah, I love Max this season, and Holly. People don't like it, but I liked Holly.
Holly's great. I think the weirdness kind of stems from
she got more screen time than the main cast.
No, it's like we're kind of like pushing that like encouragement of the next generation, but we are practically the same generation narratively. So, but if you're looking from like older sibling to youngest sibling perspective, it works
for sure. But yeah, that's about it. Good show. We hardly knew ya. I'm kidding. Well, we might do some reactions, some reviews when the animated show comes out. It's a show, right?
Yeah.
Animated show or movie?
Yeah. Okay. The show.
We'll talk about the animated show, and we'll talk about the spinoff when that happens. Netflix needs some life in it. So yeah, let's move on to Percy Jackson.
Let's do it.
Let's end off with Percy Jackson season 2, which I am absolutely loving. It's very great. Ideally we could talk about these once a week, but episodes 5 and 6 here go hand in hand very, very well here.
Is this
very,
what the
very
Odyssey is going to be?
This is 1-to-1 what the Odyssey is going to be. And Nolan, take fucking notes, bitch. I'm coming to your house.
But that was the funny thing as I was watching this recent episode. I was like, okay, so we're watching characters experience the trials of the Odyssey with post knowledge of the Odyssey.
Yes. When Annabeth's talking about Odysseus and nobody. That was very funny. But yeah, this is so good. I think episode 6, we last left off where I said episode 4 is the best episode in this series. Earlier this season, I said episode 2 was the best episode of the series, with the whole chariot race and Percy being so interesting in that scene, in that episode. But 2, 4, and then 5 was Percy's Island. This was an episode that people have been anticipating since the inception of the show, episode 5, because of the whole siren scene, which is iconic in the book. They changed it, so some fans didn't like last week's episode, or just they have to get used to it. Because in the books, when Annabeth gets hit with the sirens, Percy's swimming after her. When he grabs hold of her, they go underwater, and Percy creates this underwater bubble underwater, and Annabeth is crying, hugging him in his arms. It's a huge Percy Beth moment where they're underwater, and he's like, "You can."
Now
breathe.
I'm pissed.
Yeah, right. He's like, "You can breathe." She gets to cry hysterical tears because the sirens showed her her parents, a little bit different from what the show gave her. And then she cries in his arms, and that's the first time she's very vulnerable to Percy. But also, I like what they did with the show a lot too, because they got to be very vulnerable in a different way this episode. But the reason I like episode 5 a lot is that this is the siren episode. This is Cersei's Island episode. In the book, Cersei's Island is more so Cersei hates men. She turns Percy into a not rat. What is it called?
Guinea pig.
Guinea pig. Thank you. Because men are bad and Percy's catching on to her, kind of thing. No, I think Percy Percy catches on to her in the show, but I think in the books, I forget what happens. I just read it, but because I'm watching it alongside just having finished reading the book, I get my thoughts mixed up. But either way, he turned into a guinea pig, and it's not so much as a fatal flaw oriented, but episode 5 is pivotal to episode 6 because we're getting a lot of Percy and Annabeth's fatal flaws, which wasn't that dived into in the books, at least so abrasively, until book 4 or 3, 4. But we're finally getting into Percy's fatal flaw. And I thought it was delivered in a very, very intense and interesting scene. Walker and Leah did so well here. They've been killing it all season long, but Walker looking at the mirror and seeing his fatal flaw come into play where he is very protective. He is very loyal. Sometimes he could be more loyal where he wasn't as loyal to Tyson early on as he was, but then he was. He really protected Tyson. He, blocked Tyson. Said, "Hey, this is my brother," when nobody else did.
He mourns the potential loss of him.
Exactly, deeply. So Percy's fatal flaw is his connection to others, specifically Tyson, Grover, and deeply Annabeth. Annabeth, for all the Percy Beths out there, we've been saying for years now that Annabeth is Percy's mortal tether, where she there's a lot to unpack here. Where in episode 2, Annabeth talks about how she struggled living as a human. She said, "Sorry to tell you, Percy, but I didn't have fun watching the movies. I didn't have fun in the family's park. I'm more demigod, basically. Like, my home belongs at Camp Half-Blood.
Did you watch
Percy,
Jaws?
right? Did you watch Jaws? He's like, ah. um, fuck Steven Spielberg. No.
Huh.
Percy's like, how dare you?
She would
But
not be on Disclosure Day.
no. But then Percy, on the other hand, while he has a very loving mother, Percy has a very loving mother in Sally, and he's more closely related to like the human side than his demigod side. That might change, we don't know, as things go on in the series. But for right now, Annabeth is they complete each other, where he's more human than demi, and then she's more demi than human, just in terms of like their life experiences and circumstances. Cut to this week's episode, where it comes into play a little bit, where Percy's fatal flaw is his human connections. He's not willing to make the large choices. He's willing to do, and this is great from the writer of episode 4, where the writer of episode 4 mentioned how Percy is always willing to do what is right, and Annabeth is like, she wants to do right. It's very interesting, where she wants to do things the right way, what is right, what is like strategically mindful. Or Percy's like, I gotta do who I love. It was when he comes back from his
nickel.
when he comes back from the fatal flaw mirror, he tells her like, maybe she's right. Maybe like, because when it comes down to it, it becomes between Olympus or saving you, Annabeth. I'd burn Olympus down, and that's a crazy line to say to your friend. First of all, but again, I know
every waking moment he's like, "You're the most special, magical, smartest person on the planet, and I would burn for you. You want to get a sandwich?"
It's so amazing. This is why I love this relationship so much. Where he is genuine here, and Walker says like, he would have said the same thing to Grover, but he didn't.
To AO,
but like, he'd burn Olympus down. Like, he is a threat to the mission. Basically, he's telling her like, I'm a threat to the mission, because if it comes to like the liability of the quest versus the quest, which is, at this point, season 2 involves saving hundreds of lives at Camp Half-Blood. If it comes between that or the Olympus, like the gods of the universe, if it comes between all that, I'd rather save you. It's very much, Ethan Hunt pilled as well. It's like, if you made the cold, hard choice in Berlin, we wouldn't have to be here, Ethan. And it's like, if it comes between saving one man or saving the lives of many, you chose one man. Fallout quote.
It is immaculate how much Mission Impossible is really the power of friendship saving the day, because he really like rides that fucking lightning into existence every time.
Say it louder for the people in the back. That's funny that you mentioned that, Nathan. This is why we're partners, because in my notes I have like season 2 being all about power of friendship, which is pretty much like, it's George Lucas pilled, it's John Campbell pilled, right? Or Joseph Campbell pilled. It's like, power of threes, Luke, Han, Leia, power of friendship, Annabeth, Grover, Percy. Like, it is very mythological, hero's journey, power of 3, power of friendship, whatever. Interestingly enough, I think that the 3 in this season in particular is more so Luke, Annabeth, and Thalia. Like that relationship is so pivotal to what we get in episode 6. And it's also about like friendship and stuff like that. I'll get to that in episode 6. But like, it's so interesting seeing Percy grapple with his fatal flaw about like, and this is why he has to rely on Annabeth so well, because I was listening to another podcast about this, and I think they see it well here too. When Cersei's giving people their fatal flaws and trying to help people out of their fatal flaws, her thing is like, hey, I'm trying to, get you through your fatal flaw, and maybe you can beat the sirens. The thing is here, though, And I think the show adequately demonstrates is that like even you can understand the fatal flaw all you want. Cersei can help you understand the fatal flaw all you want. But as Percy explains, it's like there really is no escaping your fatal flaw because the cheat is just to wear earwax. I mean, beeswax.
Yeah.
And you can get through it that way. That's how Odysseus did it, and that's how you're giving it. Spoiler alert for the Odyssey. But like, but you can also do what's it called? Beeswax, and as Percy learns, other people can help you. There's no way Percy's fatal flaw. There isn't a way where you can just be like, my fatal flaw is being too loyal and prioritizing people I love, and I'm gonna completely stop that. I'm gonna get over that hump. It's not something to really get over. You need like outside help. You need the power of friendship. And I think Annabeth is there to be that tether to him. And Annabeth's the same way, right? Her power or her fatal flaw is, she didn't get Cersei mirror demonstrated, but as we learned in the end of this episode 5, her fatal flaw is more so pride, hubris. She is intelligent. She is very, very smart. And she thinks she can overcome the sirens so much so that she defeats the sirens only to it not be the case at all, which was a great twist. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I bought it.
You bought that, by the way, at the end?
Yeah. I buy everything. We know this.
Me too. I mean, I was with you. I was like, oh shit, like she's taking out the sirens.
And it was also cool because you see Athena.
Yes. Crazy.
And we know that is how she looks because Annabeth recognizes her. So it's like, oh shit, casting.
Awesome. Yeah. Andra Day as is it Andrea? Either way, Andrea Day as Athena was very cool, very great casting. But yeah, like for somebody so prideful and intelligent, and yeah, I think her fatal flaw is like too prideful, too much relying on herself and her intuition and her smarts. But beneath it all, she also just she's a little girl wanting to be recognized by her mom. And I think that was not so much being recognized as her mom as a fatal flaw, but that is just a part of her character. Which is so funny because I think she mentions to Cersei in a scene prior that when she's about to free Percy from the guinea pigs, she's like, Percy has Sally, and Annabeth kind of like loves that for Percy, but she never really has that. But she admires Percy's love for his own mom, which is very fun and cool and interesting. But yeah, like their fatal flaws play off each other so well, where Annabeth almost falls victim to her fatal flaw. She would have died from the sirens. She would have lost to her fatal flaw. She would have lost to the sirens if it wasn't for, once again, guys, the power of friendship. Ring the bell when Percy finally comes in there and rescues her, which was amazing. Because Percy at this point thinks he has lost Clarice, whatever, but he also thinks he lost Tyson, and that's the big part. And he can't lose another person, which will come into the next episode so well.
Yeah.
Because Percy's so loyal. But yeah, I just love episode 5 so much. Seeing Cersei's Island, the actress that played Cersei was really interesting, really cool. And yeah, and this is also like another place where demigods can just like get stuck at. We learned in season 1, demigods get stuck along a quest, multiple different points throughout their lives. It's possible. It's a very big danger. In season 1, we get the Lotus Casino, where we first meet Hermes, played by Lin-Manuel Miranda, in Las Vegas, and they were stuck there for months, and they almost lose the quest. While this place, demigods get stuck at Cersei's Island, they get stuck there for years. You meet one of the old ladies, who's been there for a very long time. So it's a very tragic story as well. But yeah, how do you like all this Cersei's Island mischief mayhem?
I thought it was wonderful. I really like the introspectiveness of the character work for sure. And yeah, the ultimate conclusion with the sirens was very impactful, especially like the danger of like the realizing, there's only enough wax for one of them. very favorable. And then even when they were going to apply it, it gets ripped away instantly. It's like,
Fucking yeah.
fuck, what do we do? It's
Fucking
very
Cersei just takes it. That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also like wondering, like when he was turned into the guinea pig, I was like, what are we to do? I also like the kind of chilling notion that she just takes the pen sword and just puts it in with a bunch of other pens that you presume are also probably some levels of mystic weaponry.
Right? Exactly.
Like trophies that mean so little. Which I also thought was cool of like unlocking these pirates, which I think one of them is Blackbeard, maybe.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that. That is Blackbeard from the show Black Sails.
That I own that show. I need to watch it.
I have the show on Netflix. I need to watch it as well. Let's watch it together. Where it's one of my best friend's favorite shows ever. They love Black Sails, so I really want to watch it. But like the writers of the show used to write on Black Sails, so they had the actor who played Blackbeard make a cameo on this. That's why the camera zooms
for real?
In. Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Because people online were like, "That's Blackbeard. That's Blackbeard." #Black Sails. So I was like, "Oh,
this is cool. This is the canonical conclusion."
So that was just really cool, and also the Poseidon actor is from Black Sails. He's like the main character of Black Sails.
Oh shit!
The guy who played Poseidon. Who I think should be showing up this season. We have 2 episodes left. I thought he was going to be in this season. I thought I saw him in the trailer for this season, but we haven't seen him yet. Where are you, Poseidon? But that could be a big thing for the narrative as well. Whereas, like, where are the gods? What's happening?
Yeah, I'd also like find it interesting if that was his choice to appear is for Tyson rather than Percy. I think would also be good narrative.
Yeah, good point. Because he does help. I mean, yeah, because I think Tyson learning how to breathe is more so like him recognizing Percy's words, or Percy in episode 2 reaffirmed that, like, hey, you are the son of Poseidon. Don't let anybody else say you differently. And I think Tyson reaffirms Percy's words by being like, let me put my faith in Tyson, or Tyson's like, let me put my faith in Percy. And he opens his breath and he is able to breathe because he is a son of Poseidon.
Tyson's kind of fucking OP if you think about it, because like he breathe under water, maybe some other water tricks. He's immune to fire. He's got hella strength, great hearing. He can emulate voices. My God, man.
But that goes into the fear, in which is why I love episode 6 even more than episode 5. We get to see. Well, episode 5 is also, was it 5 or 4? We learned that Cyclops is a lot smarter than we thought he was. I think it's episode 5, where we cut to Clarice.
Oh yeah.
We cut to Clarice being on. While Annabeth and Percy get stuck on Cersei's island, and they have to face a trial of their own fatal flaws. Clarice gets put on the island of Cersei's. The mythological waters have placed her where she needs to be for her quest, which is Polyphemus' island, and she quickly gets captured there, and she kind of messes up her own quest. Her quest talks about, like, losing her friends, or she thinks she basically already has failed, but she misphrases her quest or her prophecy, which is all about like her friends will leave her. And the goal will be gone, or whatever, out of reach, or whatever. She kind of misphrases it in a more dark version of that. But all is not lost, Clarice. All is not lost. But she does get tricked by Polyphemus because she's looking for places to escape. And Polyphemus echoes Grover by putting Grover into the closet, and Polyphemus as Grover says, like, your father, as Clarice is mourning her loss and her quest and failing. Grover's like, Ares is a kind and understandable God. He will understand. And that's when Clarice is like, who? What now?
Me as a viewer, I was also like, what?
I was like, huh? And then open the door. Grover's tied up. Who is talking? Polyphemus. Polyphemus explains, I'm not the Polyphemus of old. People on the fandom are calling it like woke famous, because he's not as like dumb and just like I'm polyphemus. Because in the book, he's a very unintelligent character. He falls for Grover's like I'm just a girl trick until the very end. Then he's like, wait, you're not whatever. You've been tricking me. But then by then, it's like a bit too late, and Percy beats him up.
I was taken aback when we got the point of view of his eyesight. I was like, oh, that is bad.
That is bad. Yeah. Polyphemus plays a trick on Clarice, and he tells Grover and both of them that he has been egging on Grover. He has known from the beginning that Grover was not who he said he was, which is a big divergence from the book, but a very welcome one. I love smart Polyphemus because, as you mentioned, if he's smart and he's as skilled as somebody like Tyson, this is crazy. How are we possibly going to defeat him going into episode 6? So get to episode 6 here, and what were your thoughts on episode 6 as a whole, where we finally reach Polyphemus' island?
I thought it was very impactful. It honestly felt like it could be like the climax of the book in my brain, the way I'm like seeing all these things come to a head, because it's not just like the heroes reaching the end point of the quest, but like we come to head with Luke as well, which I thought was very well done. The revelation that the hanging golden fleece is fake really threw me for a loop, because as somebody who hasn't read past the first book, I'm like, oh my god, is there no fleece? Is everything a lie? Is hope lost? So the idea that they were able to find the real one, I was like, okay, that's cool. But even better, stepping up in the narrative when it comes to a head that Annabeth gets injured and we need the fleece to help her, and Luke's the only one who can give it to her. Because I'm watching Polyphemus like knock her back, and I was like, oh my god, that was a rough hit, and she's like out cold. She's instantly bloody and bruised. I was like, that looked fatal.
This was dark. This is peak TV. This is peak Percy Jackson. This is what I love about the books. This is what I love about TV in general. This was a phenomenal 10 out of 10 episode. And everything you're saying, right? Like that moment was phenomenal, not only because it was so dark and intense, but also everybody's fatal flaw, as we discussed in episode 5, is coming to a head here. Everybody's, connections coming to a head here. This season, the reason we got this season, the Annabeth, Thalia, and Luke flashback, which, again, isn't explored until books later. We got that here. I mean, it's been talked about, but like we're getting to see it physically. That comes to a head here where Annabeth, in episode 4, she throws away Luke's band because of she still weighs Luke's thing as a sign of just like moving on from Luke and moving forward with Percy and not being towed down by human choices. But at the same time, she still believes, she's against Luke. She tells him that in this episode when he sees her in the astral projection. I forget what it's called. Which was crazy. When I saw that, I'm like, wait, no way. Is Luke on this island? Because, Nathan, Luke is nowhere near this island on the book. This is all new. So Jalen and I were losing our minds. I'm like, wait a minute. Luke's on the island. Albert Kim wrote this book, or wrote this episode. Albert Kim, who was the showrunner of season 1 of the Last Airbender. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You better be back in future seasons, because this was genius. I don't know whose idea it was to put Luke on this island, but it was absolutely genius and necessary. It was just delicious. And when I saw Luke looking at that, or looking at Annabeth and talking to her, and Annabeth's talking about how, I'm against you now, but, she's still willing to listen to him. Which is so fascinating. And Luke's trying to explain, like, hey, Luke, on the other hand, is not like, hey, we can just trick Polyphemus, as Annabeth and Percy have described. He's fully on, hey, he is smart, he is cunning. And that's kind of how Luke was. He always is more respectful to these monster characters than people from Camp Half-Blood. Remember, they called Tyson a monster. And he's like, Tyson's just a regular dude. He had Tyson working with the other last Dragonians on the cruise ship. He was a lot more welcoming to Tyson than Camp Half-Blood people were. But either way, Luke is talking to Annabeth, which is crazy. I think it do you watch Pluribus?
I get the chance to start it now.
Okay. But I don't want to say that, but like Luke is giving emotionally kind of like Last Jedi. This is a very Last Jedi coded episode too. Where is giving Kylo emotionally connecting with Rey, but having a different, still being different. It's giving Last Airbender with the Blue Spirit. I didn't make the connection. The podcast that I was listening to made that connection, that Blue Spirit episode. People forget the Blue Spirit episode. Aang is behind enemy lines. He's trying to find a way to save Katara and Sokka, who are sick. He has to go behind enemy lines. It's the Fire Nation, but he can't do it alone. Hence, the Blue Spirit shows up, and they help each other. But the Blue Spirit turns out to be Zuko, his arch nemesis in season 1. And Zuko and Aang are able to relate to each other. But by the end of the episode, they still go their separate ways. Again, similar to Last Jedi, where Rey and Kylo are able to understand each other, but by the end of Last Jedi, they still go their separate ways. And it's the same thing here in Percy Jackson, where Luke and Annabeth are able to understand each other, but actually they go the same way because Luke takes her. But it still is where Luke is like still on
Force Awakens.
What?
It's Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, right? Yeah, Battle carries right. But he's still like thematically and mentally on opposing sides here. It's more so Luke and Percy there. But Percy isn't willing to hear Luke out at all, contrary to like the Blue Spirit and Last Jedi. Percy's just like, who the fuck are you talking to? Stop talking to him. It was so fucking funny.
Get away from her.
He was out of breath. He's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? It was so fucking funny. Somebody clipped it. Just like Walker's New York accent is coming out. It's like, what are you doing? Very, very funny. But yeah, he can't stand that happening. But Annabeth's like, hey, he called me. Before that, actually, a scene that I still am trying to comprehend, we get a nightmare sequence with Percy at camp, and it turns out that he sees Thalia shoot him with lightning and dead campers all around. This is a very dark scene. Like, it's Disney Plus, so it's like the eyes are still open. There's no blood, but it's still a very horrifying sequence. Like
we're so used to that being Kronos.
Yes.
So it's to be Thalia, and then also emitting lightning.
Exactly. Like her father, her lightning power. So it makes a lot of sense, but it also is just like, what does this mean? Does this mean Thalia is a danger to Percy? I don't know what that really means. I'm very curious to see what's the danger of Thalia, or it could be Kronos being like, taunting Percy through his dreams, like as we saw in season 1. Kronos is able to manipulate Percy's dreams. Then he could be manipulating Percy's dreams now about like, hey, stop this quest. Don't put this. Don't use don't steal the golden fleece. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. But yeah, everything on the island was just insane. Also, I like seeing Luke with Allison again. Allison from episode 3. When they're on the cruise ship, Luke's Princess Andromeda. Allison is like his second in command. And the way that Percy and Annabeth is able to bounce off each other, disagree with each other, agree with each other. We get that here with Kronos' army with Allison kind of being a stand-in for the Kronos army, being like, just like Percy's able to like, who are you talking to? We see that with Allison to Luke, like, who are you talking to? Annabeth and Luke's like, first of all, I'm the leader, so I do what I want, and I'm doing recon, which again he kind of was like, he's both affectionate and manipulating Annabeth there. Both can be true at the same time. So yeah, he wants the way to get there. So he gets there with the backbiter, his sword. It allows him to teleport to the island, similar to how he was able to escape from Camp Hapla at the end of season 1 when he almost killed Percy.
Yeah.
So he's able to escape and teleport using backbiter. But yeah, and then the big part is just that after Percy falls into the trap, the pit, gets saved by Clarice. Thank you. Very funny. This is also a very funny and intense episode too. Like the way they were sheep in the beginning of this episode was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like they're
Annabeth's the one to initiate that. I'm sitting here. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
That was so fucking funny. It was like, come on, we have to act like sheep. It's like, and they were so much slower than the other sheep. They were like minutes behind the other sheep. It was very funny.
They were. I mean, it's hard. Like when they started running off, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, my back. Yeah, my 29-year-old self can't do that. My back would be killing me. But yeah, that was very funny. They fall into the trap. But yeah, Polyphemus is able to like color with like paint, whatever, the fleece to make it the trap. But he also says this weird line where it's like, he says that Pan was the one that brought the golden fleece to the island. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Why would Pan lead other satyr to the slaughter if that was the case?
Is it possible they didn't know about Polyphemus at the time of arrival?
That's my line of thinking, because people in the fandom are like, did Pan just like slaughter all the other satyrs? What's going on here? But my thing is like, order of events, Pan brings it to the island. Maybe that was going to be like his getaway island, but then somehow Polyphemus gets to the island as well, takes it over, and then just uses it to trap other satyrs from then on.
I mean, with all the different obstacles in the way of getting here, you can see how it's a good resting spot.
It is, but also it's a place of isolation, which goes into, I think, Polyphemus's fatal flaw, and that is his over-reliance on self, which is interesting for this season as an antagonist of the season, because I think he's opposing the power of friendship. I love the monologue that we get from Polyphemus where Clarice is like, don't you think demigods are dangerous? You know, my friends are going to come here. He's like, yeah, demigods are scary. That's why I've set up this trap for them. Like, I can't trust demigods. I'm wary of demigods. I'm wary of them. I don't underestimate them. They will cross. I think there's a great line. It's like, they'll cross like ocean, seas, and flames to save the ones they love, which is true. That's what started the whole Camp Hapla quest. And yeah, he plays his trap on him, and Percy is caught in the trap. Luke sees what's going on. Once Grover finds the real fleece, that's when Annabeth's distraction of her turning invisible goes AWOL. Polyphemus starts running up the hill, and he gets distracted by Annabeth here. Ooh, this was from the books as well. The whole Mr. Nobody scene, which we thought wouldn't happen because this Polyphemus is way too smart for that. But they play it in the sense of like her taunting him, not him falling for. Because in the book, he's like, huh? Nobody? Where's nobody? Like, dumb Polyphemus. This one is like, hey, I know what happened to you in the past where Odysseus played you by saying, hey, I'm nobody, and you fell for it. In this case, Annabeth is taunting him about his scars of the past, being like, you fell for Odysseus' trick, I'm nobody. And then that makes him just go crazier. I love seeing Annabeth just like fuck around with Polyphemus. It's very funny. That was just phenomenal stuff there. But yeah, and then seeing her get hit, like you said, mentioned up top, was so scary. And now this is where Luke comes in and Tyson comes in. And what do you think happened between Tyson and Polyphemus? Do you think Tyson killed Polyphemus? I'm of that assumption. Like, what the fuck?
I think we're to be of that assumption. I think he probably drowned him.
That's crazy.
Well, like, you know, he's a terrible person, isn't he? So
he is. And again, his fatal flaw was isolation. He kind of thought that was like his best strength, but it wasn't. And he kind of falls victim to that, where Tyson has something to fight for and live for, and he ends up killing him. Because you can see Tyson all hunched over, where Tyson used to be like, "Hey Percy, I'm doing this." This one he's like tired and hunched over. Like it's very sad for Tyson, but he is reunited. But then we have Luke, which is while Tyson fighting off Polyphemus, we had Luke and the Fleece and Annabeth. This whole thing was just brilliant. Where at first Percy's like, "Hey, free us, we'll give you the Fleece," and Luke looks over at Annabeth, and they can't see Luke. All they can see is a sliver, and they can just see Annabeth hurt. And they don't see how Luke feels about this. Luke feels like genuinely like, oh my God. So when he tells them Annabeth's going to die, give me the Fleece, they're like, I don't know. But Percy's fully on like, here, take the Fleece.
And he tries to think of an alternative for a second. He's like, can you make a portal like how you got here? And Luke, I believe the desperation in Luke as well.
Me too.
Annabeth. Or he's just like, I only had the one way. I really don't have another way. I have no other option. You have to give me the Fleece.
Which is crazy. I believe him too. People are like, do you believe Luke there? Is he lying? But I think he's telling the truth. Like, I can't get in there.
Like obviously, I think it's clear. No matter what the outcome, Luke is going to take Annabeth.
Yes.
But yeah, him getting the Fleece is the only way to save Annabeth. And yeah, no matter what, he was going to take her to safety.
And this is the thing. I don't know what Luke's fatal flaw is. I guess it would be explored more in future seasons, but I think for now it's like this idea of control. Where he tells Allison like he needs to be in control. He felt like when he was younger, that hasn't been revealed yet. But like I think more so with the camp, like he felt like he wasn't in control. The gods are always in control. This needs to be a place of like demigods taking over power from the gods. He's always been talking about that. I think he needs to be in control there. I think he needs to be in control of the situation here as well. And he's not being challenged by that. But then Percy, on the other hand, as he's mentioned literally a day ago at Cersei's Island, if it was you or Olympus, like I'm willing to burn down Olympus. And the same thing for the quest here. Like he's willing to destroy the quest, give his own arch enemy the Golden Fleece if it's to save Annabeth. While Clarice's quest, or her big struggle this season is about like making sure the quest can succeed, not failing, making sure it was all worth it. She doesn't want to give away the Fleece because she says Annabeth would agree. We have to save the lives of camp. And I can't, personally for her, is like, I can't fail. I can't fail. I don't want to be left alone. So she's doing her struggle. Percy's struggling with his fatal flaw. Annabeth's knocked out. Luke's on the other end. And Grover picks Percy's side here too, which is very fascinating. But I think it makes more sense here. Yeah.
Clarice's fear is also extremely hard hitting when you remember the beginning of Percy's dream isn't just that he saw a different person other than Kronos. It kicks off where he sees all of the camp dead on the ground.
Yes, exactly. Which is like startling. And then Grover, we saw in the flashback, right? Where it's like Grover has known Annabeth longer than Percy. I think that heartfelt connection, he's been her caretaker. He initially found her. So I think that's why he sides with Percy there. But it's just so heartbreaking the way Percy gives it to Luke. He's like, hey, Luke, okay, we're good here. Luke's like, and just walks off with Annabeth. It's so unfortunate. And Percy, and I think I watched an interview where Albert Kim said, like, in the script, it was just like, Percy deals with the consequences of his actions. And that was kind of it. There's not much to say there, but Walker handles it so well by putting his head in his hand and just like he hunched over, and Clarice is like berating him. Like, you failed camp. We lost. You failed us. Yeah. And it's just like so heartbreaking. It's like that was his fatal flaw. Like him being part of this quest, and he possibly failed everybody at camp. The lives of people at stake. But then that's when, of course, Tyson comes in and helps save the day. But it was just this confrontation was just so juicy and interesting. I loved it so much. But now we have to go rescue Annabeth, and we see Rainbow. Rainbow is a hippocampi. At the beginning of the episode, Tyson grabbed Annabeth's circle ciclet thing.
Bracelet.
Yeah, wow, a circle thing, bracelet, and that's going to be the way they catch up to Luke by riding those hippocampi water horses, which helps save Tyson. It's going to help save them and help save the camp. Now it's a race against time. We have 2 episodes left. Holy shit, these are going to get more intense.
It is super exciting. I cannot wait to see how this wraps up. But speaking of race against time, Evan, I believe the Globes are starting.
Yeah, the Globes are going to be starting here in about 4 minutes. So yeah, so it's insane. I can't wait. Lastly, I don't know what's going to happen because they told people up front that they changed the ending of this.
The book ended here.
The series is over. But they changed the finale. So I'm curious to see what goes on in the last 2 episodes, to see what changes, what goes on. But yeah, Percy's actions it's flooring me. I was losing my mind last week with the whole Luke Percy conundrum. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. I'm gonna be tweeting about the Golden Globes here in a few minutes, eating some din. And yeah, we'll meet you guys next week.
Right on. Follow me at _Time Blazer, making a show called Time Blazer, co-starring Craig Salt and Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who probably would have beat up Polyphemus as well. I can box that guy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm bad.
I'm thinking Ben's probably a demigod son of Zeus.
Bring it on.
So, that being said, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like button, subscribe not already, ring the bell so you miss coverage on all things movie and TV. Being said, hope you guys have a great day. Catch you guys next time.